I'm on a mission to review and rank every single episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and I'm not stopping until it is done. I'm of course talking about the critically acclaimed 3D computer animated Star Wars anthology series that first aired in 2008 and ended in 2020. Not to be confused with Star Wars Clone Wars, the 2D animated micro series that was released in 2003. I'm watching and reviewing every single episode in the official release order to keep things simple and ranking each episode as I go along. When all is said and done, I'll have a complete and comprehensive ranking of every episode from the entire series. So to make sure you don't miss a single episode, like this video and subscribe to the channel to ensure you stay on this journey with me. There will be spoilers for today's featured episode, so viewers beware. Now, on to today's episode. Today we are looking at episode 3 from season 1 titled Shadow of Malevolence. After discovering the Separatists' new superweapon, a ship called the Malevolence, the Republic launches a counterattack to destroy it. Anakin Skywalker leads a group of Y-wing bombers for a treacherous shortcut in a dangerous nebula to cut off General Grievous and the Malevolence before they attack a Republic medical station. Despite losing almost half of his squad, Anakin manages to cut off the Malevolence, destroy the ion cannon, and disable the ship, leaving Obi-Wan's fleet to finish off a defeated General Grievous. This episode feels like a sequence out of the original trilogy with Clone Wars era dressing. We essentially follow one huge bombing run from beginning to end with some dogfighting and trench running thrown in for good measure. The Y-wings from the original trilogy make an impressive appearance here, showcasing enough power to take down a ship as huge as the Malevolence. While the mission through the nebula can be a little stale this episode, the action we get when Anakin faces off with the Malevolence is brilliant, and he essentially pulls off a trench run reminiscent of the first Death Star battle, even down to the same torpedoes being fired. The inspiration from the World War II dogfight footage that George Lucas used for his original sequences in A New Hope are still front and center here, and it's incredible. But unlike the original trilogy where most pilots seem unfazed by their fellow pilots being blown to smithereens around them, Anakin feels every single casualty he suffers on this mission. It's nice to see this actually affect a character in a meaningful way, and Anakin's failure to bring his entire crew home is felt even after the mission is a success. And in a nice twist, Ahsoka is the one who comes up with the winning strategy in this episode by protesting Anakin's orders and offering up an alternate strategy that disables the Malevolence. It's a great moment for Ahsoka, but it's also an incredibly humbling one for Skywalker. But the one thing that really bugs me with this episode is that Anakin is rushing to protect an unprotected medical station. Why is a medical station housing thousands of clone troopers unprotected? They say it themselves in the episode, nobody is guarding this place. Why has nobody tried this before? It just makes no sense to me. Otherwise, there are some other little highlights I love here. The squadron name callouts are a nice callback to the original trilogy, and it all feels right at home here. Also, I just love the design of the Y-wings. It's such a cool and unique look. I have the Lego set of Anakin's exact ship from this episode, and it's one of my favorites to this day. Shadow of Malevolence is a solid Clone Wars episode that has strong ties to the original trilogy. It's essentially the Clone Wars' answer to the Death Star trench run, and it's a brilliant homage. The dynamic between Anakin and his squadron is a clear highlight here, and we get some of the best dogfighting action we've seen from Clone Wars. This is an episode for the OG fans for sure. And that was Shadow of Malevolence. Ranking it against every other episode of Clone Wars I reviewed so far, it currently sits at number 3. Okay, now this is starting to look more like a proper ranking. And here is the complete ranking so far. That's me finished for this episode. Now, I want to hear from all of you. What's your personal review of this episode? Where would you rank it among every other episode of Clone Wars? Let me know in the comments below after you've liked the video and subscribed. I'll see you guys next time with another Clone Wars episode review and ranking. Until then, thank you for watching. As always, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.